Hey guys, and welcome back to your one room schoolhouse. If you are new here, my name is Mary Barfield and I'm a homeschooling mama to a first grader and a third grader. And today's video is going to be the first in a series talking all about our curriculum picks for next school year, which would be the school year 2026 to 2027, when I will officially have a second and a fourth grader. So it's a little early probably for some of you guys. You might be like, oh my gosh, I'm still trying to get through this year. But I know for a lot of you, this is the time period where you're trying to do research on what you're doing for school next year for your curriculum. And I know that posting this early helps you with doing some of that research, in the fact that it might help you say, oh my gosh, that's something I didn't think of that I think would be great for next year. Or you might say, hey, the thing she's doing, the reason she likes it and the reason she's doing it is the reason that it would not work for us. So I know that you guys find these videos super helpful. I know I do. I love looking at past curriculum pick videos from other people who are having kids going into the grade that my kids are. It just gives me just a wealth of information and ideas and knowledge. Another reason why we're kicking this off so early in March is because we are year-round homeschoolers. And that means that we start our school year in July, and that is fast approaching, and I kind of have to have all my ducks in a row. Also, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm a curriculum junkie and I love doing research, and it's just like one of my favorite things. So I've had my picks solidified for quite a while, so I figured might as well get them out there and talk to you guys about them. And then if anything tweaks or changes between now and like May, I'll do some update videos to tell you guys if anything, significant changes. But without further ado, this video is going to be all about my first grader's individual curriculum picks, but she will be in second grade, so I probably need to get used to saying that. Okay, let me start that over again. Today's video is going to be all about what we are going to be doing for my rising second graders individual curriculum. So let's kick this off talking about math. Now, if you saw my recent February homeschool update video, you know that we are trying to figure out what works really well for my youngest daughter, Charlotte. She is one that is a very math kid. Like, she is math inclined. She is very advanced in math, considering that she's ahead in math from a grade level, but also she is the youngest she could be in her grade before she would be in kindergarten. So if she was born a few days later, she would be in kindergarten right now, not in first grade, because she was born at the end of August. So she's very young for her grade. On top of that, she is doing math almost a grade and a half, 2 grades ahead of where she is, age-wise and grade-wise. Now, what does that mean for us? It means that we are struggling a little bit, if I'm being honest, trying to figure out what program would be best to suit her and support her. Because right now, the program, we were doing Math with Confidence, and then we switched over to the Good and the Beautiful, which I think is a little bit more ahead of where Math with Confidence is. And even that, although she's enjoying it, it is not challenging her. It is very easy for her to do. And so it's a matter of trying to find something that challenges her appropriately, but also isn't too mature for her, because she's still young, right? And so my husband and I were talking about it. We were chatting with Charlotte. I was doing a lot of research over the last week or two, and I think we might have found something that would be a good fit for her. So I've ordered it. It's not here yet, so I'm going to show you a picture of it. But we have decided to move forward with Singapore Dimensions 2A. Now, she took the assessment test for 2A and she passed everything. She got none of them wrong. She got them all right. I had her go ahead and do 2B, and she was actually doing very well with that, but there were a few things that we haven't touched upon, like multiplication. And they do that in 2A. So I decided, instead of trying to push her into 2B where she might have some gaps, because the way that Dimensions teaches math, it incrementally builds on a topic from before, and then it kind of continues to build. So if you miss that first step, you're kind of like lagging behind the whole time and you've got a gap. So I think the way that we're going to approach this, at least for us, and we think this is the right move, is we're going to have her start in 2A, and she can just fly through that at her own pace. She might get through it really quickly. She might not. We'll see. And then we'll move on to 2B, and then so on and so forth, if this seems to be a really good fit for her. Now, we are going to start it as soon as it comes. So this is a bit of a March homeschool update, spoiler alert, but I'll talk more about it in our March homeschool update video, talk about how it's going, because at that point we'll have been able to implement it for a few weeks. But I'm feeling pretty good about this choice. I think it's going to challenge her appropriately. I'm not going to get into the whole system and how it works. If you guys want me to, I'll do an overview and flip through first impressions video on Singapore Dimensions, the components that come along with it, why I chose to go with the teacher's guide rather than the homeschools guide, because they actually do offer two different guides, which I think is really awesome. At least for the Dimensions Singapore program. They offer a teacher's guide, which would be like if you're in school, you would use that, but I decided to go with that one. I will explain that in the video if you guys want to see that a little bit more. Instead of the homeschooling one that is meant for a homeschool teacher like me, one-on-one. We did use Dimension Singapore for Charlotte's pre-K school year. Well, she was 4, so we did the PK level, and at that point I had done a lot of research and I chose to do the teacher guide as well at that point, and it was the best decision ever. I just love how it's laid out. It's a really good guide. So if you guys want to see more on that, leave it down in the comments. I will do a whole video and flip through and review on that, or not a review, a first impressions, because we haven't started it yet, and I'll keep you guys posted on how that's going. And then obviously we'll just continue with that level into next school year. All right. Now that we're done with math, let's talk language arts. So right now, Charlotte is doing the Good and the Beautiful language arts level 1, and it is going so well. If you have been following me for any amount of time, you know that I give major kudos to the Good and the Beautiful for teaching her how to read. We were trying a few programs before then, and they were just failing and flops, and she was getting frustrated. And then I swear within a week of doing the Good and the Beautiful level K with the phonics booster cards and the readers, she was immediately reading. Her fluency just kicked in. It was miraculous. Let's just say that. It was amazing. So we love the Good and the Beautiful language arts early level years. I think they're fantastic. So since it's going so well, we will be continuing with the Good and Beautiful language arts level 2. Now this also includes phonics, writing, reading, grammar and punctuation, spelling, literature, geography, and art. And I love that it throws the geography and art in there. It's a little bit of an enrichment piece of it. Now I don't have the physical copy yet. As you can tell, this is a printable. And it's because we do take advantage of their free PDFs that they offer for language arts and math from levels K through 8, in case you didn't know that they do that. I know the Good and Beautiful is well known by a lot, but there are people that don't, are new to homeschooling, they don't know that. So that is something that they offer as a freebie, but if you don't have a printer like I do that's really like economical, or you just don't want to be bothered with printing, they do obviously offer physical books on their website that you can purchase. But we went ahead and invested in an EcoTank, what is it, ET2850. It is amazing, best investment we ever made, and it's so cheap on ink and paper. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'll link it down below if you're looking for a really solid printer that will get you through homeschooling. But I haven't printed it off yet, as you can tell, because we're not there yet. I print them off in units. So I print a unit off at a time. Otherwise the workbooks are massive and it's just a whole lot for the kids to manage. So I prefer to print off a unit at a time. Once we complete the unit assessment, I throw out everything, I keep the unit assessment, and then I print off the next unit and we are good to go. So whenever Charlotte finishes up the level 1 that she's working on, even if that's while we're still in the school year, I will go ahead and print off unit 1 for this, and then we'll just get it started and keep rolling. So super excited about doing this. We did this level with my oldest daughter last year and it went really well and she really liked it. So I think that's going to be a good one for us for next year. Now, some things that we will be bringing in to continue to support some of our language arts is, for phonics specifically, we are going to continue with Explode the Code. Sorry about that glare. So right now we are currently working our way through book 4. We will probably finish this before the end of the school year. So I'll bring in 5 and 6 for her next school year. She does a page a day. Well, Monday through Thursday. We like to take off Fridays, but not take off like all of homeschool, but I don't make them do a lot of stuff on Fridays. That's a lighter day. We call it our fun Fridays. But I really like these, one, because my daughter likes them. She's very engaged with it. She really enjoys this. It's really honing in on her phonics. but it's fun. And it's something she can do independently. And anything I can have her do independently really helps, one, build her confidence at a young age, but two, it's also giving me time that I can then focus one-on-one with my oldest daughter and work on stuff with her. My youngest daughter, we started doing some things independently. She does this and like one other thing, her copywork. And just seeing the change in her attitude when she's like, I'm gonna go do my independent work. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I love that. So it's really a boost for her confidence, but it's educational and keeping her busy, but without being busy work. So we will continue with 5 and 6. I think there are 8 books in total. I probably will not purchase 7 and 8 because I think 5 and 6 will get us through 2nd grade. And then I think for 3rd grade, just because she's so strong in her phonics and her reading, we can let it go. I feel like there'll be other things that I'll be wanting her to do, but I might change my mind. I'll keep you guys posted, but my plan is only just to keep going up through 6 since that's what I have on hand. Next, we are big fans of copywork in this household. So we will be doing daily copywork. Well, we will be doing copywork Monday through Thursday. Again, we take off Fridays. We keep that for more fun things. Not that copywork isn't fun, y'all. But we will be doing copywork starting her on the Modern Speller Book 1. If you are not familiar with this book, my friend Nicole at the Mindful Homeschooler has a great flip through on it. I'll link her video down below for you guys to go check that out. It is a free file that you can print off, which is how I did it. Or if you don't have a printer and you don't want to print it off, or you just want a bound book, they actually physically print it. There are some publishers that have picked up the copyright and print it because the copyright on this has expired because it is an older book. So I'll leave that down below if you want to go check out the actual printed copy of this, but you can get this on Project Gutenberg. There's a bunch of places you can get it, and then you can print it off like I did. And so book 1 is going to give you passages for copywork from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. So I have a tab here for Charlotte, my youngest daughter. She'll be in 2nd grade, and then Emery will be in 4th grade next year. And the way it's meant to be used is actually for copywork and dictation. But since my youngest, I'm not worried about her doing a direct spelling. Also, she covers spelling in The Good and the Beautiful. We're just going to use this for copywork. The reason I like it so much is because it has incrementally progressive passages that will grow with them maturity wise. So we'll start her obviously 2nd year because she'll be in 2nd grade the first half. So you'll see the passage is very much age appropriate for her from a length perspective, from a dictation, like how intense is the dictation, the words she'll have to spell right if she were to do dictation with this. I love it. So also, it's really rich literature, and a lot of times there's quotes in here from famous people, so if we want to dig in and they're like, hey, why did Martin Luther King say that? Well, Martin Luther King's not in here, but you know what I'm saying, because I think this was written before Martin Luther King was even born. If there's anything that they want to dig into and follow a rabbit trail on, they can be like, oh, why did that person say that, quote? Why did Caesar, Augustus Caesar say that? But here's an idea of how much it progresses. So this is the 4th grade level, first half of the year. So you see the passage gets a lot bigger. There's a lot harder words in here, but it's just really rich literature for them to learn. But also copywork is great also for penmanship, spelling, of course, organic understanding and learning of grammar, how a sentence is formed, all that goodness. There's so much good stuff that comes out of copywork. So she will be doing this inside of her primary journal. I bought a 2-pack of these last year. She's currently using the first journal this year, and then this is the second one. I like these for this grade level because, one, it's got the guiding dotted line to help her form her letters properly, but also she likes that the second half of the page is blank, so she can draw. Does she draw every time? No, but she does like the option to, and she does it about probably 50% of the time. Like if there's something really good in the copywork, she might be like, oh, I want to draw that scene that's in my head. I want to draw it out. So it's kind of almost a way of narrating it a little bit too, in a way. So we'll be starting that next year. Along with that, I do want her to hone her handwriting skills a little bit more than just through copywork. Again, because she is on the youngest end of the grade, she is still developing her hand dexterity. Her little bones are still growing, and her joints are still fusing and all that stuff. And so I recently brought in my printing book, which she's doing really well with. She loves it, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. But she just really likes, I don't know what it is about this book, but she gets excited to do handwriting now. I could not tell you in the faintest why. But we will definitely be finishing this up before the end of the school year, I'm pretty sure, or I don't know. Yeah, I think we should be finishing this up at the end of the school year. My plan is I think she's going to need a little bit more practice, so we will continue into the next level of Handwriting Without Tears, and it is Printing Power is the book. It's a teal book. It looks like this. I haven't purchased it yet, but I will once we are done with this book. My plan is to have her do that because that is the second grade handwriting book. If her print all of a sudden just like out of nowhere turns around in the next month or two, like in this like really good, I might consider moving her into cursive instead. And if we do, I think I will continue with Handwriting Without Tears, but I'll do their cursive kickoff, which is their first handwriting book for cursive. I used it for my oldest daughter and she's got beautiful cursive handwriting. It was a really great way to teach how to form the letters properly. And the only thing I didn't particularly like about it is that a few of the letters, they form weird. And weird to me. Somebody else might be like, oh, that's how I learned how to do cursive. It's just not how I learned how to do cursive. And if I'm gonna teach it, I want them to learn the way that I know how to form letters so I can help them with it. So it wasn't a huge problem for my oldest daughter when we went through cursive kickoff. So I don't foresee it being a problem with my youngest daughter because I really like how the program teaches. That's the most important to me. I can change the way the L curves or whatever. I can't even remember which letters it was that I didn't like how they formed them. But so my plan is to go with Printing Power. However, as a backup plan, if she's doing really well with her print handwriting, we will move into cursive next year and go with cursive kickoff. But that's the plan for handwriting. Okay, I only have 2 more things to talk about for my youngest daughter. One is logic. So this is something that we do as part of her independent work that she likes to do. I really love these workbooks and so does she. She is eating them all up, y'all. So we are working our way through Mindbenders level 2. She is literally like 5 problems away from finishing this. I went ahead and purchased the PDF copy, but they do have physical bound books. I'll link both down below for you guys. And I already have level 3, which is the next level because my oldest daughter is working through that. So once she's done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and print off level 3, which probably will be in the next week. And then she'll just keep working her way through level 3 in this. But it's these kind of, it's these like, logic problems where it's like, okay, we're trying to figure out who did what, and so you use check marks and X's and you use logic. Okay, well, if this person did it, then they can't have done this, and it's that kind of stuff, and she loves them. So we use that for logic. Another thing that she alternates with that is she is now started doing word ladders. We are doing grade level 1 through 2 book, and she's really enjoying this. It's where you have a letter down or a word down here, and then they give you a clue, and you're supposed to change a word, turn it into that clue, and you kind of work your way up the ladder. And it's really great because 1, it is logic. But 2, it's also helping her with spelling, reading, phonics. I think there's a lot that comes out of this. So she has been really enjoying this. This is a newer edition and she's been really liking that. And the last thing I want to talk about with my youngest daughter is we will continue with piano lessons through Hoffman Academy. This past year, we did choose to purchase for the school year the paid version. We had been using the free version the school year before, and that was still huge. Like it was going so well. But now that we paid for the paid version, they had a huge sale, I think in August last year. We're going to try and take advantage of that again for next school year because our membership will run out at around the same time. I think they took $65 off the membership or something for the year, and it made it very economical for us to do. A lot cheaper than trying to do a private tutor right now, I will tell you that, for our local area. So it's been great. The girls are writing their own music. They love it. I will tell you though, my youngest is like, when do I get to start guitar? So I told her she had to do 1 more school year of piano, and then if she was still serious about wanting to do guitar, we would get her one, and we would either do a local, I don't know, I have to do some research, but either a local teacher or maybe an out school program or something where it's not going to break the bank. But she's really adamant about wanting to learn guitar. My husband plays. I would offer him as a, as the teacher, but his work schedule is really heavy. So he doesn't get a lot of free time. So I don't know if I want to put that burden on him. I would probably try and get a tutor or something. So that is the plan for her music. She will continue at least with 1 more year of piano because I think piano is a really strong instrument to start out your musical journey with and learning how to read music, chords, everything. So I think piano is a great one to start with, and then we can branch off and try other instruments if they want to. So guitar is in her future if she stays adamant about it, which she has been for like the last year. She's been asking. So one more year, we'll move over. So that's it for my youngest daughter going into second grade for all of her individual subjects. If there's anything that you have questions about, leave those down in the comments. I'll be happy to talk to you and answer anything you got for me. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button so you can see how all of this amazing curriculum goes getting implemented. And if you are new to my channel, and if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be my rising fourth graders curriculum picks for next year. See y'all.